A new town? Well, in a way it is, but nobody will ever live in it. It'll be coming to life in a world of make-believe. It's a town built for a film. The films of today are getting longer and more spectacular. The sets and the crowds are getting bigger and bigger. So whole towns are now being built for them. Yet, strangely enough, there's nothing new in this, for the cinema is completing a magic circle. When it began half a century or more ago, it based its abiding success on huge productions that left the public breathless and asking for more. Men like D.W. Griffith gave the cinema sweep and spectacle. His Intolerance, made in 1915, painted the world larger than life on a huge canvas. Cabiria, Italy, 1913. The first Cleopatra. These are but some of the classic spectacles from which the film grew to greatness. In places like this, in a corner of the art department at the Pinewood Studios, are the art directors, the designers, the draftsmen, who give shape to the dream world of illusion that is the cinema. A world of outstanding craftsmanship that ends as a shadow on a colored ribbon. Long before production starts on a big film, the designers are hard at work. They make models of important sets. This one, a waterfront to be built out in the open on the studio lot. Drawing by drawing, piece by piece, the ideas come together, and the final appearance of the film comes out of a maze of sketches and blueprints. Film art direction is a world of its own, a mixture of imagination and the practical. The art director has to be artist, builder, and architect, all rolled into one. Hundreds of drawings pour out of the department for a really big picture. They have to be absolutely exact, so that whole streets can be built from them in the workshops. Here, long after it was first made up as a model, are the final plans for a village. It's for Walt Disney's film, 3 Lives of Thomasina. And here it is, finished, built out on the concrete behind the Pinewood Studios. In the fields of southern England, a fishing village in the Western Highlands comes to life at last, after months of planning. A village that is part of the cinema's answer to the public demand in modern entertainment. Come summer, come winter, in sun or snow, in the great studios all over the world, the vast job of building the background to the movies goes on around the clock. Over at Shepperton, on the other side of London, the crews press on in Arctic conditions. They are putting together streets of bombed shops and houses for Carl Foreman's The Victors. For this set, the designers and the builders had the unusual problem of creating not order, but chaos. The chaos of the wartime air raids. Every scorched brick has to look authentic. Every broken beam or shattered window has to seem like the real thing, even to the empty shell of the gutted church on the corner. Here's another view on filmmaking today in Yugoslavia. No longer are all these vast sets built in and around the established studios. In recent years, leading producers have been going out from all over the world, from Britain and from America to Africa, to India, to Italy, Spain, to anywhere where the setting is right. Not far from Belgrade, a film company is making part of The Longships, a story of the Vikings, and a whole Viking village is being built among the pine trees and lakes of Yugoslavia. And here, just a few miles outside Madrid, part of the old capital of Imperial China is rising again from the ashes of history for Samuel Bronston's 55 Days at Peking, looking just as it looked in the days of the Boxer Rising. In the center of Spain, they're building what has been described as the largest set ever built for a motion picture, the whole legation area of the Chinese city, spreading across the best part of 250 acres. It was nearly 6 months' work for 1,100 workmen. Here, the walls and temples of old Peking had to be built up from scratch in the foothills of Spain. The research by the designers had to be done steadily and laboriously in the museums of London, Paris and Rome. For in these troubled times, you can't send a team of art directors to modern China to take a look at the old city. So slowly, item by item, an oriental town has been created, just across from the railway that leads into Madrid. Yes, it's literally a city built for shooting, film shooting. At the same time, by a modern miracle of planning and ingenuity, it will look just as Peking must have looked 60 years ago. The ancient walls, the canal winding across the legation area. Even the very decorations on the rooftops are copies of the real thing. But all this enormous amount of work is still only the shell. However brilliant, buildings alone are not enough. A film, whether a huge spectacle or an intimate domestic drama, depends in the end on the work and appeal of its players. Be they stars, character actors or members of the crowd, they are the people who bring the daydream to life. And while it took 1,100 men to build this set for 55 days at Peking, it took crowds of nearly 7,000 actors and extras to put the human framework on its story. And stars like Charlton Heston rehearsed for weeks before shooting began. With scenes like these, the screen of today meets the mood of the modern audience, eager for spectacle and more spectacle. So it once again uses those rich, broad brushstrokes that first made the cinema the outstanding entertainment medium of the 20th century. Larger, more colourful, more ambitious, yet in their backgrounds, more detailed and more authentic, films go forward. Such is perfection of detail, built to catch a mood, to last only a few minutes on a screen. Then finished, pulled down or even burned, never to be used again.